we like old things. I went to Mexico after the Korean War, and I found this one there, and I brought her back, and we lived in the city for a while. We were in the antiquities business. We came out to Rockland County. Before we knew it, we were historically preserving a 1910 house in Upper Nyack. So we were in the business of restoring in Rockland County before we knew it. When we came to Rockland County, we were curious that there was no past. It was all present. And I began asking around, and we were very curious. And then we issue of the Lenape, the forgotten Lenape. We began to really explore that, and that has led to the participation with Riverkeeper on a video about the Lenape, helped out the historical societies and the Scenic Hudson and Riverkeeper and the Clearwater. So we're very much into it. We like to see things closer to what they were than what they are.
It was astounding how little you knew about the Lenape. It was the quadricentennial, and everyone was excited to celebrate Hudson, coming down, and he found the valley, and it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. There were people here before he showed up. And we actually worked with a really great author, Daniel Wolfe, and we worked with Riverkeeper, and we went down to meet the Crafts, who are really the experts on the Lenape, and put together this really nice little booklet about, the night before. What was it like when Hudson came sailing down the river?
I must have been a very little girl when my mother and my aunt took me to a place called Teotihuacan, which is very near Mexico City, and where a culture flourished there that goes back maybe 1,000 years before Christ. And I remember picking up little shards in the ground, lying around, and the architecture was fantastic. And that really hooked me up, the magic of it, the mystery of who these people were, and what they did, what they believed in, how they were integrated, how their society was integrated. So, and Mexico is very rich in ancient cultures, not just that one, but several running both sides, the Gulf and the Pacific coast. Our interest in ancient cultures brought us up to try to figure out who the tribes were who lived on the margins of the river. And from that point on, we got connected with Riverkeeper and Scenic Hudson and Clearwater, who are organizations who work also mostly towards preserving the environment of the river, making it cleaner. The natives who lived in the margins of the river, to the river itself, and preserving the river for future with generations. That's what became very interesting to us. It's just a very easy thing to go from one to the other. This river which provided nourishment to these people who live around and who is being pretty much fouled up.
Going to these sites, it was explorer time. And I think that's probably affected a lot of how we grew up and, gained our interest.
Here in this area, a whole array of issues to be addressed that have to do with resonance and regard for the past and the attempt to rescue some of the last vestiges of what is old and to try to recapture for the river what it was before it became polluted in the industrial age.
To preserve the river is very important because more and more one finds that the river is being assaulted, different groups. And it's just a great asset that we would like to see being passed on to the next generation. Cleaner, if possible, than it is now. Or at least as it is now and not worse. I think it's about trying to do what is in your power to ensure that future generations have something to look forward to and that they learn to take care of the natural resources.
Well, that's the same thing with historic interests. See these different situations come up where it's a property that's so obviously significant, you think, how can there even be an issue that there could be a discussion of what's going to happen with it? And I think it's all about awareness and getting different people involved, and you're working with different groups of people to try to preserve that legacy for, again, the future generations.
It's like finding those little aha moments and being able to share them, and it's really a fun part of everything, I think, about what our passion is about.
Yeah, and transfer it to the next generation. That's what's important.
This is a keeper. All you need to do is fix it up a little bit. Well, then, get to it.